The GEEK Files, 2026, May 1st. Transprovincial, fall of 88, spring of 92, terrace. So, terrace being on the Skeena, not very far up it, it's pretty wide. In the spring, gets really wild outflows. They can just rip through there. So you have to be really careful, making sure that things are tied down, things are pointed, control surfaces are locked, aircraft are chalked. So, and the hangar was this weird structure. It had a covered part, like a garage without a door. It was quite big. You could get the nose of a Bristol freighter into it, but the wingspans are too wide to get anything. You could put a Navajo or a 206 in it, quite nice. And so I'm not really sure what the plan was for the building. It was just weird. We're going to work on a Bristol freighter. I'm not sure what the plan was. So they got the tug and they got the tow bar on the tail, and they pushed the freighter up towards the open door. Maybe we had the 206 or the Navajo inside working on it. So sort of the left side of the aircraft was at the opening of the building. And whoever it was threw a chalk under the front and back of the left wheel, expecting it to hold. They unhooked the tow bar and drove the tug away. And then we went up for coffee, and it was windy. We were upstairs. So this building had this, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be some sort of restaurant, because the upstairs was an open area that looked like a restaurant with a kitchen area, like an industrial kitchen area. And we're all sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear boom, and the whole building shakes. And I know immediately that the freighter had swung and hit the building. So we all ran down. And sure enough, because they had only chalked the left wheel and the left side of the aircraft was at the opening to the building, a gust of wind caught the tail of the aircraft and spun it on that left wheel and slammed the left wing into the steel frame of the building, because it was an exposed steel frame out there, and made an awful dent in it. Yeah, I just laughed because it was just stupid. Like you chalk both wheels. You just don't. It was a slight hill going up to the from the taxiway up to the opening, so the aircraft could have rolled back. They could have swung the other way, but no. Yeah, welcome to Transprovincial. So yeah, I get fired because someone else left an oil drain open and then signed the aircraft off, and then in the run-up it just ran out of oil. But the same people who signed it off can leave a rag in a cylinder, and other people can not properly chalk an aircraft so it swings in the wind and does major damage. Now, it didn't hit the spar, it only hit the leading edge, so that's not a big deal. It was a pretty easy thing to patch, but still. Yeah. Welcome to TPA. So yeah, make poor decisions in your life. You don't get any money, but you get good stories.